Introducing the Ultimate Boxing Podcast, your one-stop shop for everything boxing. From electrifying fight previews to in-depth interviews with the legends of the ring, we break down the biggest bouts round by round. Get inside the minds of the fighters, hear their stories, and feel the intensity of their training. Whether you're a hardcore fan or just starting out, our podcast has got you covered. Stay updated with the latest news, rivalries, and predictions. Tune in and feel the adrenaline, the passion, the raw power of boxing. Boxing is about perseverance, pushing through every challenge. It's the spirit of hard work and dedication that defines a true champion. So what are you waiting for? Like, follow, and subscribe to the Unprofessional Experts podcast. Stay tuned for more exciting updates. Without boxing, nothing in the world means anything.
Damn, he got folded like a lawn chair.
Hurt him a little bit.
Oh, beautiful big right hand. He's reaching and getting tagged.
Right uppercut. And you see why we were worried about Joey Gamache.
Oh, what a right hand. And down. Under the 56 punches.
He's got his work cut out with Mike.
Wait a minute.
Right hand.
Anchor punch. I call it the anchor punch. And people couldn't see it. It was so fast. From the time the punch started to the where it landed, it was 4/100ths of a second, which is an eye blink. Like a camera flash, that's 400ths of a second. Now, the minute I hit something, listen, all of those people blinked at that moment. That's why they didn't see the ball. I swear. Now, if you watch the film close, you gotta, oh yeah, bro. And keep looking about that. And I said, all right, I'm getting ready to hit him. You can't just, you got to hold your eyes and wait. Now you won't see it, man.
Welcome back, fight fans. Per usual, we are the Unprofessional Experts podcast. Go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a grandparent to tell an aunt, get your cats, your pets, your dogs, your chickens, your cats, your fish. Sit down and stream this episode. All you have to do is search the Unprofessional Experts podcast, because if you do not, everybody standing up here on this panel today will fight you in real life. With that being said, just want to give you a quick recap on the things happening in the world of boxing. We had Jack Catterall go ahead and get an upset victory over former champion Regis Prograis. And we also had Oshaki Icewater Foster get his title back. He was clearly robbed earlier in the year. Good work from both of those guys. Let's go ahead and get this episode started.
All right, let's talk about it. All right, first thing we want to try to get into, man, who's everybody's favorite fighter? That's one thing we haven't talked about yet on the Unprofessional Experts, man. So we'll start with little bro. Who's your favorite fighter?
Man, right now, I'm in a hating mood, man. I'm hating on everybody. But my favorite fighter, man, goes without question, the big homie, the great, the undeniable. I ain't gonna say the man, the myth, the legend. It was kind of corny, but the big homie Bud, Terrence Crawford. He's obviously.
Wait a minute. Favorite fighter all time?
Well, right now.
Oh, right now. Okay.
Right now.
Okay.
Which one we
and
doing?
we're making a separation because are we talking all time or are we talking about right now?
I would say right now. But if we wanted to talk all time, the greatest fighter that ever lived is Sugar Ray Leonard.
I don't know how I feel about that, but you can keep it pushing. I'm not mad at that though. Bud is the truth. Bud is that guy. How you feeling, Ty?
My favorite fighter right now would be Tank. If I gotta go for all time, it'll probably be Roy Jones.
That's solid right there. Roy is the truth.
Hell of an athlete.
He didn't did too much.
He
got knocked out a couple times.
Yeah, but here you go.
Here you go. Hey, but before he got knocked out,
he did too much.
Like when he turned pro, I think in like 88 or something like that. From like 88 to 04, nobody was touching Roy Jones.
Oh, he had a hell of a run.
He had a hell of a run.
For sure.
Yeah, Roy Jones
Absolutely.
legit. Yeah, sir. How you feeling, Salito?
My favorite fighter right now would be Bud, of course. You know, he definitely the one for sure. All time, I would say I gotta go with Andre Ward.
Ooh, I love that.
He's the one.
Surprise pick
That's
right
solid.
there.
That's not a surprise. I like
I
Andre.
think, all time of
All time.
everybody ever.
He's skilled. He's
He
really
is.
skilled.
No,
He does everything right.
True.
No mistakes in the
Andre. He said no
Get
mistakes.
the job
mistakes.
done.
That's true.
He
I mess
gets
with
the job
Andre.
The
but
records show that too.
Of every fighter ever, you feel like Andre Ward is that guy.
That's just my style. I just go with my type of style of fighters, and he's the one.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I ain't mad at that. Andre Ward is true.
Man, I like Andre Ward. I can't even hate on him. That's
You was trying to get ready. You was trying to get ready to
Stay
hate on
saying
him.
some bullshit. Boy, he gonna make sure he say some bullshit on this
I
podcast.
can't even hate on Andre Ward. Hey, I like Andre Ward for
Yeah,
real.
so I gotta agree with Taj right now, man. I go with Tank. Tank, man, he's that guy, man. I love the knockout artist, man, because that's really what we be paying to see is watch dudes get knocked out, get folded up.
Especially the way he do it.
Especially the way he do it. He gonna walk you down, and he don't need too many. He don't throw too many punches. He don't need too many punches. He gonna knock your ass out. So I mess with Tank. And all time for me, my personal favorite is kind of a struggle. I kind of got two, maybe 1A, 1B. Because obviously to me, one of the greatest of all time, Ali. I mean, I gotta give him credit. What he did inside and outside the ring. I gotta give credit to Muhammad Ali. Shout out to him. Rest in peace. And then also for me personally, I always tried to mimic James Toney. Like James Toney was definitely one of my favorite fighters coming up. I always tried to mimic him. I would try to mimic their defense, guys like James Toney and Floyd Mayweather with the shoulder rolling. How good I was, I don't know. But, I tried to mimic these guys. So shout out to James Toney, man. He's the truth, man.
Big shout out to James Toney, man. No hate there either, man. One of the best, one of the most skilled guys in the history of the sport. Nothing but respect for James Toney for sure.
So we got two great fighters here, Taj Henderson and Salito Henderson. And we just going to let them talk about what they got coming up. Two current fighters, two current boxers from the state of Indiana. So we just going to let them talk about what they got going on. Go ahead, Taj.
I got a fight coming up this December 7th in Louisville, Kentucky. And this will be my second pro fight. It's really time to get things going, to be honest. I feel bad for a lot of people that's even around my weight.
Are we predicting a knockout?
Yeah, it's going to be a knockout.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a knockout.
Looking forward to it, absolutely.
They don't call me Sandman for nothing.
Hey, let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Absolutely. Good shit. That was December 7th in Louisville?
Yep.
All right,
December 7th. Okay.
Y'all are aware, man, upcoming fight for the big homie Taj, December 7th in Louisville. Check them out.
And I will also be on that same card December 7th in Louisville, Kentucky. Definitely going to show out, do my thing. You know how I do. I'm a showboat. I'm going to get the job done. Hopefully the opponent don't quit on me like last time.
How many fights is this for you now?
This would be my 12th fight.
Right. And we looking for a knockout too in this one?
Always going to give the fan what they want to see, and which is a knockout, but we gonna do it in spectacular fashion. We just don't get hit. Swim without getting hit, getting wet. You know what it is.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely, man. We talked about your favorite fighter being Andre Ward, so looking forward to seeing that skill in the ring. We know that you absolutely do your thing, talking about getting the job done. As the Henderson bros get their thing done in Kentucky, you talked about getting the knockout. What you want to do is try and keep yourself from getting knocked out, or what we like to call folded up like a lawn chair. Go ahead and check out this episode segment of Folding Chair Activity.
Damn, he got folded like a lawn chair.
All right, so continuing on, we got a new segment that we introduced a while back. who we hating on today? All right, because you always hating on somebody. So let's talk about who we hating on.
All right, y'all. Don't be mad at me, but I need some understanding, all right? So let's talk about it. Today, I am officially hating on the big homie, Errol Spence Jr. And let me explain myself why I'm hating on Errol Spence. He got the brakes beat off of him, right? By a legendary talent and Terrence Bud Crawford. But I think the worst thing that you can do is take a year and a half off after getting the beat down like that. All that is doing is adding to the legend of Terrence Crawford. It gets bigger day by day by day. Errol Spence has not got back in the ring. He's done nothing to contribute to his own record. He himself was a unified, undefeated champion, beat Sean Porter, Kell Brook, Ugas. He's already had a comeback before after the accident. He fought everybody. He didn't take up tune-up fights. So no disrespect to him, but I'm hating on the fact that he hasn't been back in the ring. What is going on with Errol Spence Jr.? We need a comeback fight, not a tune-up. We need you back in the mix. He's supposed to be moving up in weight, but nobody knows exactly what's going on with Spence. So I'm hating on the fact that we haven't seen Spence back in the boxing ring in a year and a half.
So wait, you don't want him to have a tune-up fight. You just want him to go ahead back in there with a dog?
Absolutely.
After what happened between him and Terrence Crawford?
It was so long ago that he's got to get his lick back. He's got to do something. We need a rematch. We need something. You can't just take that much time off at the height of your career. He's still young. There's no reason for you to sit on the couch, in Cabo for a year plus when you're that good of a talent. His team, he left his coach, his trainer is all bad. The whole camp is a mess. I need Errol Spence back in the boxing ring.
Where you been? Where you been?
Where have I been?
Yeah, where you been?
Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
Exactly, because Errol Spence had a great career, and
For sure.
he can retire how he is now.
You think so?
Honestly,
I don't know. After getting your ass whooped, I don't know that I would want to retire off of that fight.
As a fighter, you don't want to, but he can.
Is he still Errol Spence Jr. if he retires today?
Yes.
You think so?
For sure.
He's still that guy.
He still got my respect.
Yeah.
After that type of a loss, you wouldn't want to get back in the ring and get your lick back?
Of course.
Yeah, but we not Errol Spence.
So wait. Is he who's this so-called tune-up? Is that Fundor or who's the next?
Well,
is he matched up with Fundor?
I don't want to see a tune-up. I want to see him right back in the
That's
mix.
not a tune-up.
Yeah, Fundor is definitely not a
No,
tune-up.
Fedor can fight. He's way too tall. He's not a tune-up at all.
Is that who? Is that?
I don't know.
That's who he was going after.
Yeah, that was supposed to be
So what
next.
you talking?
I mean, has it been announced? What's going on? Like, we need Spence.
He's been on the sideline.
He's been talking. He's been
definitely
talking.
on the sideline.
We absolutely need him in the ring.
I don't think he just been sitting down.
I don't know.
Shit, why not? You feel me? He got family.
No, he can, but I don't think he's
Chill out with
just
his
been sitting
family.
down.
Have fun.
I agree to an extent that I would like to see Errol Spence solidify his legacy, get in there with somebody else who's really a dog and do his thing and show everybody who Errol Spence used to be, who he was before he kind of took this L against Terrence Crawford. I would like to see that. I can't lie. I would like to see that.
No hate on his career
It's
and
only
his
one
accomplishments, but I hate the
It
fact
was a
that
bad loss, though. It was a real bad one.
it was a game changer.
It was a game changer.
It was a game
Who
changer.
he was in there with?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
he was
one
in
of the
there with a
best.
dog, yeah.
One of the best. I just hate
Happened to
the
the best.
I hate the inactivity after such a bad defeat. If it's me, I want people to forget about that. I want to get back in the ring and remind people of who I am and what I'm capable of. Just in my opinion, I hate the fact that he's been inactive for so long after that matchup. I want people to forget what happened to me if I get beat up like that. I got to get my lick back. It's time. Hey, check me out. I'm still him. I'm still that dog. It's not happening.
So other than Fundora, who would you want to see him in there with?
I mean, the division's loaded. You got Virgil Ortiz, Tim Tszyu, the guy who just knocked out Tim Tszyu. That was an upset. Charlo is there. The division is absolutely loaded. Brian Mendoza, who beat Sebastian Fundora. There's a lot of people in that weight class.
Logically, though, who should he be fighting next to you?
I want to fight Bud again. Rematch. Get it back. Get it back in blood.
I don't like it.
Get it back in blood.
I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like that fight. I don't know.
No, I don't like it to be right again next.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think
Yeah,
Bud,
go ahead and fight him again for sure. Hell yeah, but don't
Bud might have Errol Spence's number. That's kind of why I say that too.
Madrimov, who Crawford just took the title from, it's a loaded weight class. Let's get Spence in the mix. Let's talk about.
I think he got a plan though. If anything,
who would you have him matched up against?
next,
Yeah.
the guy that he was gonna fight.
Anybody that's a good fight?
No, the guy he was supposed to fight next.
Fundora. But I think it's just been speculation. So I just wonder, can we get like an official announcement? Can we get like, hey, can we anticipate the next Errol Spence matchup? I'm looking forward to it. So I'm hating on inactivity at this point. Let's get back in the ring. Let's get to
You
work.
should stay patient.
How long do we got
Be a little
to
more
wait?
patient because you're not the fighter. You're not the fighter. You need to just be a little bit more patient and wait till he says something.
All right, well, hold on, because I got somebody I'm kind of hating on a little bit, and I'm hating on Clarissa Shields a little bit. I ain't gonna lie, I'm hating on Clarissa Shields, and the reason why is because I really think that Clarissa Shields really thinks that she can beat up Keith Thurman, and I don't understand why. Like Keith Thurman is a former welterweight, super welterweight world champion. So, and I get it. Clarissa Shields, don't take nothing away from her. She's the truth. She's a hell of a fighter. I've seen her live in person doing her thing. Like, she's great. But come on now. Come on now.
Does she have a puncher's chance?
She is a puncher, though. She is a puncher, but
That's a grown man.
against a grown, it's different. It's
That's
different
a grown
against
man in there.
against a grown man in there. So,
And I know she beat up a lot of grown men.
She has.
In sparring growing up. Even when she first started, it's like she been doing it, but come on now.
She a fighter.
This is a
y'all
real
used to be
fight.
fighters. Y'all know how.
This ain't
how
no
that
headgear,
used to
smaller gloves.
I'm not mad at it.
Different.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why.
not mad
That's
at
why
that
I'm not
matchup.
mad at it. She a fighter. Like
She's got a
So
puncher's
wait,
chance.
you
Keith
think,
Thurman is
you
on
think
the
she would have a puncher's chance against Keith Thurman?
he's on the back end of his career. I mean, you in there with a live dog, somebody that wants to win.
I'm saying she's a fighter and she just got that heart like a fighter got.
She got that
man.
competitiveness.
Yeah,
I get
you feel
that.
me?
And you need that to be a fighter. I understand that. But come on, like, we got to know our limitations.
I'd pay to watch it.
I would pay to watch it too, but that
I'd
doesn't
pay like $20, and I would want to see that. I would like. It could be an exhibition. You can send the money to Flint or something. You know,
and it's a lose-lose for Keith Thurman.
I mean, I watch it too
Yeah,
because
yeah.
she's confident in herself. Like,
She is, and I think
that's what
why
makes
she-
me want to watch.
That's why she's
That's
been
why I
chirping.
don't mind watching it.
Right. That's why
Let's
she's
see
been
what
chirping.
Let's see what you can do then.
imagine she gets in there and she does well. I mean, that's a lot of endless opportunities.
So what's doing well?
for
Is that
crossover matchups?
outpointing Keith Thurman? Is that what's doing well?
I mean-
Or do you think she could actually knock out Keith Thurman?
Keith Thurman's not in the prime of his career. No disrespect to
Man,
Keith
what are you
Thurman.
saying?
Like, cause he's really getting disrespected right now.
I mean, Keith Thurman was talented. Don't get me wrong. I liked Keith Thurman when he was fighting. He's been another one of those guys that's really inactive. So I think it's important to stay active. You know, it just helps at the top level. You don't want to be so inactive. And so that could be a good tune-up for Thurman. Hey, let's get Clarissa Shields in there, right? She's got a lot of titles. She's did her thing. She's current. I don't know. I'm not mad at it. I mean, of course she doesn't knock out Keith Thurman, but I like it. I think it's
a good
entertainment.
show.
Boxing's
It's a good
entertainment. It's a good show. It's
It's a
entertainment.
good show, but
Now,
Now that I think about it, y'all don't think they should just spar? I don't think. I don't think they should just fight.
now, one person that I do think Clarissa Shields could beat up is Jake Paul.
I would disagree. I think Jake knocks her out. That's
You think Jake Paul? Let's see,
She's been boxing for way too
Yeah,
long.
bro, she Olympic
Going
chick, like,
for-
come on.
Yeah, to be going for Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's a heavyweight, man, and he's knocking out guys way bigger than Clarissa. He's
are they, though?
he's amateur
are they,
level,
though?
but he's got a punch.
can't even name them.
Talking about a puncher's chance. Jake Paul has that. And I just wouldn't want to see Clarissa getting folded up
She ain't gonna get
by a
hit that bull.
YouTuber.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking. I'm over here
Now.
thinking like, man, I don't see the skills he
She
got
a
to
smart
be doing
fighter
anything.
too. She ain't about to get hit with that.
So why not? Why does she not do that against Thurman?
Different.
Different levels. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I like Clarissa, but Keith Thurman. If a fight like that were to happen, it'd be perfect time. Let's get a former champ at the tail end of his career and put something on, some good entertainment. I think it would be great for boxing.
Yeah, like I was saying, it's definitely a lose-lose for Keith Thurman because if he knocks her out, he was supposed to knock her out, and if he get beat up, I mean, he's pretty much the worst world champion ever. So it's a lose-lose for Keith Thurman. Yeah, but I'm just kind of hating on Clarissa. I just like, come on, let's keep it You know, let's keep it with the women. You know what I mean? Let's keep knocking out these women. Keep doing your thing in the female division.
She wiping them out.
Yeah, she's tired.
She tired. But speaking of, I think Keith Thurman wasn't he in the welterweight, super welterweight division?
Welterweight.
All right, so we're going to move on to the lightweight division in our fantasy matchup. And for this fantasy matchup, we want to talk about a guy we talked about earlier, Gervonta Davis versus Manny Pacquiao. How are we feeling about that matchup? What happens in that?
Legendary matchup, right? It's that one. It's hard to call.
Prime
Pacquiao versus a current prime Gervonta.
I don't even think he in his prime yet. How you?
Gervonta?
How you know if he even?
He can get better. You think so?
I don't even think he showed everything he can do.
Yeah, that. I don't think he can get better. He just think
he hasn't fought that person that brings out the best of him.
Yeah.
I think Pacquiao definitely would.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
No, normally I'm ready with an opinion. I can fire off shots, give you reasons, and back it up. But Pacquiao was one of my favorite fighters. Gervonta does still have more to prove. He's great, but he hasn't been in the ring with any opponent who you thought could beat him. Talking about he hasn't been tested. And the way Pacquiao would absolutely test him, I just want to give, in my opinion, a slight edge to Pacquiao. He's proven, and he will absolutely bring the most out of Gervonta. He is able to get dropped, get hurt. That happens in the sport. But I think with that kind of pressure that he would put on Gervonta, I think it's possible Pacquiao could get a decision.
So I definitely see. So we all remember what Juan Manuel Marquez did to Pacquiao.
Exactly.
And I can see Gervonta Davis.
That's why I just said.
Yeah, I can see Gervonta Davis doing the exact same thing, timing Pacquiao on the way in, and dropping him with that power that
Put
he
that
possesses.
pressure on Tank if you want to.
If you want to, right? That's not a good move. So I can see it going either way. I could see Pacquiao peppering him. You know what I mean? Hitting Gervonta with good shots, and maybe Gervonta not being able to keep up in that way with the punch output that Pacquiao would have. But I could see Gervonta sneaking in the counter shot and dropping Manny Pacquiao same way Juan Manuel Marquez did.
Yeah, you gotta look at the corner of Tank Davis. You know, he got a good corner over there. They gonna analyze the hell out of Pacquiao, and they can come up with a great game plan for that. So I can see Tank definitely knocking him out, but I can also see, you feel me, Pacquiao doing this thing too, because that's a lot of shit to deal with for sure, especially in this prime.
Yeah.
Talented, punches from every angle, doesn't get tired. He's strong, he's fast, light on his feet. He's got a lot of tools, and Gervonta just, as great as a fighter as he is, nobody's brought out all of the tools in his bag. And Pacquiao brings it every night against every opponent. He doesn't step down to level his opponent. He's Pacquiao every time he gets in the ring. And, man, it's a handful.
So wait a minute. You don't think Rolly Romero brought out the best in Gervonta Davis?
Man, fuck no.
And that's part of the problem. That's part of the problem, because Gervonta he's not fighting guys. He's not fighting anybody on his level, right? And how do you go from Rolly to Pacquiao? Like, it's a different beast, absolutely a different animal. So, man, I like Gervonta, but a prime Pacquiao on your ass is a lot. That's a lot.
That's true. That's true.
The game plan.
Yeah.
Stop that shit.
Like, I done seen Tank watching his fight, and I'm like, I wonder how he about to do it this time. And he ended up doing it.
Yeah.
and you can't even predict which round. I just from now on, I don't even think that it's go. I don't think about a decision when I watch Tank fight, to be honest. I just think when it's gonna happen.
When the opponent's gonna get stopped. Yeah.
Because I see him analyzing and doing too much in every fight. I mean, it was the fight where I thought that it was looking shaky, and he done came back and stopped him. That Barrios fight.
Yeah.
That was a really good fight.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think it kind of speaks to how good Barrios actually is. Some of Tank's wins aged well, and what I mean by that is he beat them, and those guys went on to do good things. And so, that's good when your past opponents age well. They're not getting knocked out after you beat them. So that just kind of speaks to your skill level. It's like, okay, I knocked that guy out, but he went on to become world champ, multiple world champ. He's doing this thing. I like Barrios. I like Gervonta too, but Pacquiao's just different. But give us your opinion. Go ahead, comment. YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Like, hey, everybody up there is crazy. Gervonta does his thing. Pacquiao does his thing, man. Pick who you think. Talking about, a legend versus somebody who's currently running the boxing game. So it's a really interesting opinion there. Let us know in the comment section what you think. Check us all out, man. We got the Henderson Bros, December 7th in Louisville, Kentucky. Both of them plan on doing their thing. It should be a knockout showdown for both fighters. We are the Unprofessional Experts podcast. Go ahead, like, follow, subscribe. Tell a friend, tell an aunt, tell a grandparent. Get your pets, sit down and stream this episode. We got some great conversations going on. Once again, shout out to the Henderson Bros. We are the Unprofessional Experts podcast. Until next time.
This fight, I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one who stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
If you've made it to this point of the episode, thank you. You are the real MVP.